What is up, guys? Ka with Team Shift here with Team Captain Derek, and today we're going to be bringing you a Zoo Draco deck list with the new list that came out.
Yeah, so the Zoo Draco list for the ban list that goes into effect June 12th. So what we lose is we actually lose a lot out of the current build that we have. So we lose the Norden, obviously, and then the Luna Light combo. So these guys are gone, which is a pretty big hit. This is for the recursion, and then this just gives us our free rank 3. I mean, you could play this, but if you do, you're really putting yourself at a disadvantage. So we're just going to take it out entirely. But we're still playing Invoker, so we're going to actually talk about what we added to change the deck up a little bit. So we're playing 40 cards, obviously. So what we did was we bumped up the amount of Zoodiacs that we play. So we start with the 2 Rat, obviously. We play 3 Whiptail, 2 Ram, and 2 Thoroughblade, because you want to have the most Zodiacs in your hand to just do your plays with. Because if you open Barrage and another level 4, you can still make the Emerald play without having to do like an awkward Chakanine pop your own Ram combo. And then since we're playing Zoo Draco, we play the 2 Ram because it's just the best to pop with Diagram. And then you always should play 2 Thoroughblade because it's one of your outs to Masterpiece, is putting 2 of these under a Tiger Mortar or a Trident and then just hitting over something. So we maximize out on the Zodiacs that we play. Not maximize, but the most that we want to play. And then other than that, we are going to 3 Bayo Baboon because we are playing the Zoo Draco, and the shuffling effect is actually really good. And being able to destroy off Diagram to get your Invoker is just, it's still amazing to just be able to do that off of one thing. And you can crash this into stuff, and I just think it's a lot better. People are deciding to play the Predaplant engine, maybe. But I think without Norden, just searching Brilliant Fusion isn't as good enough as it should be. So I think the Bayo Baboons are actually where I think the deck should go right now. And then 2 Masterpiece. You could bump it to 3, but right now I like 2. Just because I've never really needed 3 Masterpiece because, I mean, once you get one out, a lot of the times your opponent's just like, I can't get out over this. And you beat them. But if in testing 3 comes up a lot, I would bump it up to 3, but 2 is what I like right now. And we're still playing hand traps, but definitely not as much. So this Droll Unlock is actually another Ghost Ash, but I just lent it to a friend for the YCS, so I don't have it. So we're only playing these 5 because we still want to see them, but they're not as crucial as disrupting like a Zodiac Fusion Substitute combo like they were before, where people were playing 10, 11, 12, 13 hand traps, which was ridiculous because of if you didn't go first and you didn't have a hand trap, you lost the game. And so we're actually taking out Droll and Lockbirds now because it's just not good enough, because Zodiacs don't draw enough cards or plus enough to make Droll and Lock worth playing. Against True Draco, it's still pretty good, which is why we might side it, but right now we'd much rather have the 2 Ash, 2 Ogre, 1 Maxi. And we don't play 3 of either of these because we never want to open multiples, because at that point it's just a dead card in our hand if we have multiples. And Maxi's for the free win, obviously. And then for the spells, we obviously play the 3 Barrage because it's the best Zodiac card. 3 Tanky because sometimes we actually like seeing the cards in our hand more than just on the field. So that's it for the Zodiac, Searcher, Summon cards. And then we play the 3 Diagram, obviously, to search the Masterpiece and the Heritage and the Return, and the 3 Terraforming to search them out. So we play 6 Diagrams. And then the 2 Return and 1 True King's, 2 Heritage and 1 Return. I play it like this instead of like the 1-2 that some people are playing, because if True Dracos are really big in the meta, them sending their stuff and then just activating a Heritage will be a lot of, it'll just be really good to just get the free draws off of. And then you always don't really need to revive anything off of this. It's much better to just search and Tribute to just pop something on your opponent's turn while summoning a Masterpiece, which is really strong. And then for the other traps, because we can play traps again, thank God, because the Zodiac Fusion sub-combo is gone. We play Imperial Order because of Pendulums, because they're coming back with the new ban list. And just regular spells overall. Imperial Order is just a busted card. Combo because we can't go Instant Fusion, Emerald, get our cards back. So this card is great to just get more pluses and get cards back into your extra deck and deck if you happen to get board wiped or whatever. And then 3 D-barrier. This is either going to be D-barriers or strikes and a warning. Right now I'm testing the D-barrier because I think a lot of people early on are going to play pendulums because they're back. And just flipping this and calling pendulum when they pendulum sorcerer or skulker bad joker, like just being able to do that is really strong. And like this is somewhat better than strike in like some circumstances because it shuts them down of all those monsters for the whole turn, while strike only stops like one summon or one monster effect. This kind of shuts them down for the whole turn, which they do different things, but right now I'm testing this. The strikes are in the side deck. And then for the extra deck, since we don't play the Norden anymore, we play one Invoker. The Invoker is still there because of the Bayo Baboons, and it's just a great card to start your combos and get extra guys on the field. The Abyss Dweller, because Dinos, I believe people are still going to play Dinos because they lost to the Zoo combo a lot. Like, that was why we didn't see them very much at the YCS, so I think that Abyss Dweller is still a great card. And then the Gaga Samurai for the OTKs when you need it. Still 2 Emerald, because we want to be able to shuffle our cards back, draw stuff, whatever. And then for the Zoo cards, 1 Borbo, 1 Hammer Kong. The Norden is actually going to turn into a second Tiger Mortar because we want to be able to just get our plays back and keep going and get Thoroughblades under this Whiptails. We're playing the deck much more like an OCG variant of it with Rat, where we make big piercing banishers, and that's what the Zoodiacs are now for, other than just drawing a shitload of cards. 2 Leica, because Leica allows us to do plays with just 1 Rat now, and other broken things. 2 Broad Bull, and then 2 Dryden. I might kick this up to 3 and take out the Samurai because people are going to be playing Lithosagem again, and when you go down to just 1 Trident, it really hurts. Because if this is in the graveyard, you have no way of just summoning something, doing like making an action on the board to put pressure, which is why I think you need to play 3, because if they banish 1, you still have the 2 that you're able to play with. And then for the side deck, it's still like aside from like the current format that we're playing under, but it changes a little bit. You still play the Kaijus for Masterpiece. This one's going to change. I was playing this because I was playing Dinosaurs earlier, and I just threw this one in because I had it readily available. So you can do 2 Gamma Seals. You could do Gamma Seal. You could do the full package with the Slumbers, which is still pretty good, especially because Zoo and Pendulums, they'll just die to the Slumber board wipe. And then Regeki Double Dark Hole, because board wipes are really good. And then for back row removal, because of Pendulums, we're playing these. Because Unending Nightmare, they can't really make scales if they do that, unless you're under Pendulum Call, which is when Cosmic Cyclone would actually be better. So we're still playing these. We're still playing these for back row and Pure Zoo, whatever. This is still for the True Draco and Pendulum matchup. So you cover all range of every kind of back row that you could go up against, every Pendulum scale. And I think that these are great. And then the other 3 cards are going to be the 3 strikes, which I'm also lending out. But yeah, this would be 3 strikes in here, which I'm going to be flip-flopping back between the strikes and barriers to see which I like in the main more now. Yes, if you want to come up here. Yeah, so I think that's like what the best version of this deck is going to be. Obviously, people are going to be playing in the European regionals, like their nationals, our regionals. But this deck is going to be really good during Nats season because, I mean, it just does everything. It puts out the big Masterpiece. It still plays Zoos, which are just busted cards. I can't wait to play at this Nats. They really did a good job on this ban list, hitting Norden and the Terrortops. Everything that was broken. I'm glad they hit the 60 card deck too, which they didn't really need to do, but I guess, hey, I'm pretty glad. So yeah, check us out. Like, comment, and subscribe. Team Shit out.